2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Salt Lake City as the Jazz go up against the Dallas Mavericks. For Dallas, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. Well, we knew Harrison Barnes would see a boost in scoring after leaving Golden State, but man, I think it's safe to say he's exceeded expectations. You think?
You know, he could put up 20 a game as a focal point. You know, his ISO game, Kenny, is fantastic.
I agree.
Can he be a number 1 option?
I think he can be a number 1 option, but I think he serves best as a number 2 option because then he can kind of roam around and the dependability isn't there every night.
That's it for us for now. Kevin Harlan standing by, ready to bring you the play-by-play.
The Utah Jazz have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend the home court here in downtown Salt Lake City, Utah. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The Mavericks looking for a strong start to this road trip. Well, they know they have their work cut out for them here tonight and during a stretch of games facing a lot of talented teams.
You know, right now, Dallas, they've never been able to take that next step this season and really break away from the pack.
Yeah, I think if that next step was coming, it would have happened by now. They can't be worried about could-haves and should-haves. They need to be focused 100% on the push for the playoffs.
Maybe too soon to start talking about this, Doris, but we see some young teams getting blown out. Clearly they're in rebuild mode. At what point do you start to focus on player development versus winning games?
You know, this is such a tough organizational issue because you have to balance the priority of giving your young talent an opportunity to get the repetition necessary in a playing environment in a competitive situation versus we owe a commitment to our fans to win and win at a high level because they're paying the ticket prices and ultimately, you know, playing a part in our success. So I think some of this has to be, where are we at the midway point? Are we legitimately in playoff contention, or is it time to now focus on our player development? This is an organizational decision that has to happen organically over 82 games.
And you know what losing does to a culture. It can disintegrate a culture.
No, it's a great point. You do not want young players to get comfortable with losing. You are so right about that, Kevin.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for the Mavericks, Smith Jr. runs the point with Matthews at his side. They're the backcourt. Dirk is the 4 with Noel manning the middle. And it's Barnes in at the small forward. Here's Ingles. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
First points of the night, and here we go.
Well, great start to this one. Setting the tone right away with that bucket.
Nowitzki with the screen on Rubio. Over to the left wing. And Nowitzki gets it to go down on the assist by Smith.
Nowitzki, such a soft shot. Even from distance, his feathery touch is simply incredible.
Favors with the screen. And Rubio kicks to Favors. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
Yeah, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
You love that they're making their presence felt on the defensive end. You can't afford to be careless with this team.
Here's Ingles. Last time, 14 points for him. Hood drives in, and he banks in the layup.
I think given his size, Rodney Hood can be very efficient on the interior. This guy feels at home in the paint.
Nowitzki a screen. Here's Barnes. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Barnes has got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, the assist has to go to the screen on that play. Gave him all the room he needed to rise and fire.
And Rubio kicks to Favors. And when you look at Derek Favors, do you think, Doris, he's maximized his potential, or is there still room to grow?
No, I definitely think he's got a higher ceiling. Favors is a guy who came into the league after just 1 year at Georgia Tech. So let's remember, he's still mid-20s right now. And the way this guy works, he's going to get better and better.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
And the thing that really sticks out when you look at Derek Favors, his defensive versatility. You know, he can guard the 4s or the 5s on the inside or out. And to have a player like that allows your team to excel.
And he can't hit the second.
Well, I think, Kevin, most people would say Derek Favors a throwback big man, right? The guy wants to be effective at posting up, but he can shoot the face-up jump shot as well.
And despite Favors' size and strength, he really moves his feet well.
And that's tremendously valuable in today's NBA. The ability to stay in front of smaller men and switches and pick and rolls. He has terrific lateral mobility.
Gritty effort by Wes Matthews, just buries himself in the paint and connects on a quality look.
Favors sets the pick for Rubio. Dishes it to Favors. Lock at 6. Rubio the pass to Favors. Tries from 16. Another miss by Utah.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Smith drives in, the dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. They get Derek Favors.
I tell you what, Smith is a gamer. This guy's out there to take on anybody who stands in his way. And when you look at Dennis Smith Jr., you aren't blown away by the physicality at first, but he's incredibly gifted for a player his size. Great speed and quickness to blow by defenders.
The free throw drops for Smith. And with Dennis Smith, it isn't just burst of speed, it's his play in the open floor and Greg running end to end, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, he also just jumps and finishes at the rim like a shooting guard. He's only probably 6'2", 6'3", but he gets up in the air like a wing player. He's a lot like Derrick Rose was when he burst on the scene.
Here is Matthews after the basket by Utah. Nowitzki dishes to Matthews. Nowitzki a screen. Here's Smith. It's stolen by Gobert. Inside. And stolen by Noel. Matthews, no one around him. That 3 off the mark. Jazz trail by 4. And Rubio kicks to Hood. Ingles passes to Rubio. Favors with a screen on Smith. Rubio dishes to Favors. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And Nerlens Noel out of Kentucky. Slender and mobile and long. And Greg, he can cover ground in a hurry.
Boy, and you can see it in his rate of steals to go along with the blocks. That quickness is a huge asset in today's game. It's all about versatility, both offensively and defensively.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. And the Utah Jazz back in 2014, the worst defensive team in the league by points per possession. Greg, it's been a dramatic turnaround.
One of the premier defensive teams now in our league in terms of their imposing paint presence. Not a team that gambles for steals or deflections. They keep you in front and force you to play over the top.
And so Favors nails both of them. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Rick Carlisle. He told me this is a fun night trying to slow down a team that's so smart and opportunistic. He said, look, we've scouted them, but this is the first time we've actually seen them this season. So it will be interesting to see if we can disrupt their offense and slow them down just a little bit. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the report, David. So it's about one key area, guys, keeping the opposing field goal percentage to a minimum.
And, Kevin, that's not an easy task against an opponent that can shoot the ball as well as this team can.
Well, true, Greg, but they can do it as long as they're quick with their defensive help on the perimeter. And I think a key to that, communication.
Now, here is Smith. 20 points for him last game against Philadelphia. Here's a screen by Noel. Nowitzki kicks to Barnes. Latre. Offensive rebound. And good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points. Barnes has got 6 points. Jazz trail by 4. Rubio the pass to Gobert. Favors, dishes to Hood. That one's not going to go. Good D by Matthews. The Mavericks have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Barnes can't get it to go.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Gobert with the block.
An intimidating force who continues to wipe away shots with ease. Go to work, Rudy Gobert.
Count the basket.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Barnes with it. He's got 6. Smith outside. From 11 feet away, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Smith's got his second bucket of the game to go. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Hood against Matthews. Hood can't get it to go. Mavericks leading by 4. Here's Barnes, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. He's got 8.
Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And in that one, it was all about shutting down the paint. They were just terrific in terms of their rim protection.
Well, and that's exactly how you have to protect the basket, right? Exceptional job setting the tone on the defensive end, deep at the rim.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for Utah.
And the three-point shot was a huge part of their game plan. When it was falling, it made them very hard to defend. Opponents were stretched out all over the place.
Here's Exum. Feeds it to Udo. Pass to Urebko. Powell with the steal. It's stolen by Johnson. Urebko, the pass to Johnson. Tries again. Here's Udo. The stupendous finish in traffic. Udo's got his first 2 points of the night.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Boy, you better be more physical on the glass because they wanted that rebound more than them, plain and simple. Well, we all know that Mavs head coach Rick Carlisle is considered one of the best in the NBA in terms of his ability to X and O. He is outstanding at maximizing his players' strengths and putting them in positions to succeed.
Exum's shot is off. Mavericks leading by 7. Outside Curry. At the top of the key, Barea. Pass to Mejri. Here's Finney-Smith. They get it back. Curry. Got a hand on it. Exum kicks to Yarebko. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. And Carlisle last season selected by general managers as the coach who makes the best in-game adjustments in the league.
Well, think about this. He came in second to Greg Popovich in voting for best coach in the league overall. Everyone understands that in terms of X and O ability, Rick Carlisle is at the very top of the list. You will not find very often a more complete package in that position than Rick Carlisle.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
Almost like he was anticipating the play call, right? You love the hustle.
Now, here's Exum. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Mejri with the steal. Correa with it. Now defended by Exum. To the middle. And Finney-Smith gets it to go. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Powell with the steal. Stolen by Exum. Here's Yarebko. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Dallas gets called for the foul. The Jazz shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That one is off. Of course, we talk about speed and quickness being a difference maker on offense, which players really use those attributes to lock down players defensively.
Well, I think it's hard not to look at Marcus Smart and Jay Crowder. The kind of physical attributes, meaning speed, toughness, length, but they also have the mindset necessary to look opposite some of the best players in the league and say, not on my watch. I'm going to get down in my stance and I'm going to prohibit you from getting to your strengths. It's really maybe underappreciated by everyone except coaches and fans of the game.
True, and you and I were just talking about Tony Allen.
That's a great point. I mean, Tony Allen has made his career specifically on the defensive end because, as you know, he's an opportunistic cutter, and if you leave him open, he can make an uncontested mid-range. But the reality is Tony Allen is in the NBA because he is a great defensive player.
Utah calls timeout.
Well, you think about the Dallas Mavericks, who ended up being a middling defensive team despite really a lack of true athleticism. And you got to give the coach credit, right? A conservative scheme. They protect the paint and force opponents to shoot from the outside.
A chance to check out the stats for J.J. Barea. Last season's performance for him averaged about 11 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
Udo with the ball, defended by Mejri. Here's Johnson. It's blocked. Now here's Curry. Tight defense on him. That one goes in. And now a 12-point Dallas lead. And the Mavericks don't foul a lot, don't give up points in transition.
Well, and that's a key for them. Only their center is really committed to hitting the offensive glass. Everyone else is getting back in transition. So to me, it's their defensive rebounding or lack thereof that can hurt them. They've got to be better on the backboards.
Utah's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And there's Joe Johnson on the assist by Exum. Johnson's got his first 2 points.
No, Johnson isn't just an outside shooter. This guy is a versatile, talented scorer in the paint.
Mejri, the pass to Finney-Smith. He kicks to Powell. Looking for Mejri. He gets it there. Got a piece of it. Mitchell dishes to Uretko, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play. Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
Here's Finney Smith. Here's Powell. Got a hand on it. And the whistle blew, so that'll be a shooting foul. Great defensive effort there with the blocked shot. But he got more than just the ball that time. Free throws coming up right now.
What's amazing is, in afterthought, in the Rajon Rondo trade back in 2014, Dwight Powell has showed himself to be a pretty good player in Dallas. You know, they signed this athletic big man to a long-term contract to keep him around.
The free throw drops for Powell. And Dwight Powell, the 45th pick in the 2014 draft, and traded Doris 3 times in just the first 2 months of his rookie season.
It had to be a whirlwind, Kev, and in this day and age, does it come as any surprise when he got traded to Dallas, a friend told him about it because the friend had seen it on social media. I wouldn't call it red carpet, but he's arrived nonetheless.
And Dwight Powell played all 4 seasons at Stanford for the Cardinal, still filling out his frame.
He is, and you know, the knock on Powell was that he wasn't tough enough to battle inside at this level. But guy is a worker, basically sleeping in the gym, and with his length and athleticism, he's starting to figure it out.
Now Curry. An 11-point game for him in the win against Philadelphia. They set the pick. Here's Finney Smith. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Harrison Barnes getting it done for the Dallas Mavericks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And Derek Favors known for his work ethic, and he talked about his focus on developing his skills.
I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving as a player throughout the year, just get better, keep making strides, and keep getting better in every aspect of my game.
Well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is to how far, Greg, you think he can go?
Well, you talk about desire and commitment, and then you throw in the fact that he has the talent that can be built upon and improved. One big factor will be injuries. That's the big X factor that determines so many more careers than desire. Talent and commitment, you need to stay on the court.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
It has, Greg, no doubt. Love that they've gotten after it on the defensive end. Just continue to put pressure on.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Curry. Powell is out there with Measuring. Then there's J.J. Barea, and it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. You talk about versatility of players, but as a broadcaster, you've been a courtside reporter, game analyst, a studio host, you name it. What do you prefer to do? What do you like most?
There's no question about it, Kev. The analyst role is the absolute most fun. Now, the only thing that might push that over the top is to sit beside the great Kevin Harlan.
Now here's Curry after the miss from Joe Johnson. The pass to Finney Smith. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 4th assist in this one. Jazz trail by 10. Exum's shot is off. Dallas shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd, who played for Carlisle, praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in it. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
I love Coach Carlisle, D.A., an even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players. And so here is Dallas following the bucket by the Jazz. There's the pick. The feed to Barea. Shot clock at 5. Powell with the screen. Off the mark and a bad shot there. For Utah, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Mitchell. Kicks it to Urebko. Shoots over Powell. Mejri with the rebound.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now here's Curry. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And J.J. Barea, the bucket on the assist by Curry. Curry's got his 5th assist in this one. Utah calls timeout.
Well, how about Salah Mejri, the first ever player from the NBA out of Tunisia? 7'2" shot blocker with extensive playing experience overseas.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. Great showing for him last season. 1st in blocks, 2nd in field goal percentage, and one of the league's most ferocious rebounders, always working. He was top 5 in that category.
Clearly one of the best at what he does. Some of his highlight rejections were out of sight. Now here's Hood. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Lakers. Favors can't get it to go. And speaking of Mejri's international experience, he was a 29-year-old rookie in 2015.
Right, Mejri is a guy, it took him a while to make his way to the NBA, but he has shown he belongs. Guy's pretty mobile for his size, a really solid rebounder, good rim runner off the pick and roll. A lot to like about him.
Here's Smith. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Derek Favors.
And how about the confidence that Smith plays the game with? He knows he's not the biggest guy out there, but that doesn't stop him from being the most aggressive.
And the first one drops.
And Dennis Smith Jr., the 9th overall pick in this year's draft, but voted by his fellow rookies as the favorite to win Rookie of the Year. The Mavericks giving him every opportunity as their point guard of the future.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And Dennis Smith, guys, get this, measured a 48-inch vertical, which would tie him for the best in NBA history. He's a perfect fit for the Mavericks, who were in desperate need of some star power and athleticism. A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Screen by Smith. Nowitzki, that's for 2. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
Here's Rubio. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Oh, going to the line will be Rubio. Just gets fouled on that sneaky drive.
You just have to love the way Ricky Rubio plays defense. Fantastic at jumping a play, and Doris forcing a turnover for his team to get out and get a score in transition.
Right. I think the thing that stands out with Ricky Rubio is probably his anticipation. That is what makes him such a great defender.
Gentlemen,
active feet, active hands to bother shooters, incredible lateral movement, and an impressive wingspan.
And that one falls for Ricky Rubio.
That's so much that Rubio gives you. The last thing that has to come to me is the range shooting.
And so Ricky Rubio nails both of them. And for a Jazz team that had patiently built itself into one of the top teams in the league, how tough is it, Doris, to lose a player like Gordon Hayward?
Well, it's brutal. He was their best player, an all-star, a huge blow. Because you think about Utah fans who have harbored concerns historically about the team's ability to retain star talent. This will feed those doubts, Kev.
Hood. And Rubio kicks to Ingles. Back to Rubio. Out to Favors. Launches it. It's stolen by Smith. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Matthews leading the charge. That one no good. Jazz trail by 8. And Rubio kicks to Favors. He feeds it to Gobert. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you look back early in his career, Rudy Gobert, he kind of clogged things up just as much at the offensive end as he did defensively. And I tell you what, though, he's made significant strides, becoming much less of a liability on offense.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he can't get the first one. And Gobert last season with career highs in field goal percentage and free throw percentage.
And he averaged double figures for the first time in his career. If you ask me, he'll be a walking double-double in this league for a long time.
And the second free throw, good.
Don't you love Rudy Gobert's nickname, Kevin? The Stifle Tower. He can be a menacing presence.
Smith the pass to Noel. Nowitzki a screen. They set the pick. Smith dishes to Barnes. Noel down low. Gobert on him, and it's Noel missing.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Favors in the post. Defended by Nowitzki.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
It's Matthews on the wing. Covered by Hood. Smith kicks to Nowitzki. Back to Smith. Noel, a screen on Rubio. Off the pick. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And it's 8 points for Dennis Smith.
And Smith, an accomplished scorer, has a beautiful-looking mid-range jumper.
Ingles with a screen on Barnes. And a wide-open look for Hood. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist.
A steady screen set on that play, and the defense disappears. Nice communication between teammates to make that play work.
Smith the pass to Barnes. Noel, a screen on Ingles. Here's Barnes. The shot that time, not on target. And Utah the other way now. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home. Gobert in the corner. Barnes against Ingles. It's taken away by Smith. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. Matthews no good. Jazz trail by 6. Ingles in the corner. That shot missing. Good D by Barnes. Smith with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Smith dishes to Matthews. Nowitzki a screen. And Matthews kicks to Smith. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Rubio. Cans the 12-footer. And that's 10 points for Dennis Smith.
How about the quick release there by Smith? He does not lack confidence when he's in attack mode.
Gobert with a screen on Smith. Rubio the pass to Gobert.
Well, you look at the physique of Rudy Gobert. It's clear he's putting on more and more muscle. He's now over 250 pounds. The key is not just for holding position, but holding up physically in the rigors of the NBA.
Two shots.
No good on the free throw.
Well, free throw shooting is a constant cause of concern for them, and today that concern has been front and center.
He hits the second from the line. Here's Smith. 10 points for him. There's a screen by Noel. Smith kicks to Noel. He dishes it to Barnes. Hands it from downtown. Barnes has got 11. And for Gobert, whose offensive game is mostly comprised, Doris, of dunks and layups, adding that strength has got to be critical, wouldn't you say?
Oh, no doubt, Kev. We see his field goal percentage steadily climbing since his rookie season, and I think strength has a big impact on your ability to be one of the best finishers in the league.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
Dallas leading by 10. Here's Smith. Up again.
Just doesn't seem to have it here in the second quarter.
His shot's off, but they're still winning. So hats off to his teammates for picking up the slack.
Gobert dishes to Ingles. Here's Favors. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, that's the size of Derek Favors, allowing him to snag these boards. This guy, you've got to keep him off the offensive glass, Kevin.
There's a screen by Noel. Barnes against Ingles. Barnes kicks to Matthews. To the inside. Here's Nowitzki. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
How about that continuation? Dirk leaving nothing on the table.
I'll tell you what, age ain't nothing but a number when you talk about the impact of Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, with his size and shooting touch, he creates so many openings for himself and his teammates offensively.
Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Utah. Mitchell comes in for Rodney Hood. And Nowitzki's turnaround, an unblockable shot when he's hitting. Greg, he's unguardable.
And even though he's lost a little lift in the legs, he's worked hard to kind of quicken his release. And just another tweak for a guy who's made a career of adding layers to his Hall of Fame game.
A drive by Barnes. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Jazz trail by 11. It's taken away by Smith. It's Matthews on the wing. Back to Smith. 5 to shoot. Doris, so often we talk about high basketball IQ. Is that something you can learn, or do you have to be born with something like that?
I think it's probably a little bit of both, but if you look at someone like LeBron James, whose basketball IQ may be the highest we've ever seen, I think he's a guy whose basketball knowledge is always expanding. And I think if you love the game, you're constantly taking in information. So probably a little bit of both.
So you've always got to be curious, right? Even if you're at the top of the game like LeBron or yourself.
Right. LeBron is just, he's constantly taking in sources of information, upping his ante in terms of film watching and preparation. Really special to be able to watch that guy work.
And I know that's how you prepare as a broadcaster now. I'd like to tag along sometime and watch you prepare for a game. That'd be a lot of fun.
It'd be a blast.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Udo's checked in for Gobert. Jerebko comes in for Derek Favors. And it's Exum in for Ricky Rubio. That one is no good.
And love how he's getting himself to the line this quarter. If he keeps it up, it'll end up creating some foul problems on the other side, and that can always help a team's cause.
Exum's shot is off. Mavericks leading by 12. And here they go. Powell controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
I'll tell you, Kevin, you have to love the intensity that Powell plays with on the glass, using that long body to track down those offensive boards.
Here's Smith. Again, the Mavericks score.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Here's Exum. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Pass to Jerebko. Johnson kicks to Udo. They set the pick. Johnson the screen. Will it go? Yep, it goes. And the Dallas lead is cut down to 14 points again thanks to the basket from Jerebko.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right. The effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
Utah's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Exum kicks to Udo. There's the dish to Mitchell. Pass to Jerebko. Shoots over Powell. And again, it's Utah.
What a difference in the second quarter. His shooting, much more confidence, much more accuracy.
Outside Curry. Here's Smith. And Smith with the stuff.
I like whenever Smith leaps up high for the jam. He's a guy that just doesn't mess around when he's in attack mode to get to the rim.
Now, here's Exum. Dishes to Jerebko. Exum kicks to Udo. They set the screen. Here's Jerebko. And Utah again with the bucket.
What a fantastic game he's had on the offensive end. If only his teammates could keep up.
Passes to Finney-Smith. Now here is Smith. He's tightly guarded.
And done it in a variety of ways. When Smith starts to feel it, boy, he can torch you off the drive as well as with the jumper.
Now here's Exum. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Johnson, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. First trip to the line for him here.
Really can't criticize the work he did at the line a year ago. 82% on the season.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Well, we know Joe Johnson is a multi-time All-Star, and though his role has changed, he's still got that gorgeous jumper, Kev.
Johnson hits them both. There's 18 seconds left in the second quarter. And here is Curry. Feeds it to Barea. With 4 seconds on the clock, misses the layup.
Boy, great job protecting the rim and turning an easy layup into a missed opportunity.
And so it's Dallas, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with head coach Quinn Snyder. Coach, what adjustments are you going to do in the second half?
You just got to keep playing, keep taking the shots, and that's not the issue as much as us not executing on offense. When we don't score, sometimes our defense lags as well.
Everybody wants to see the ball go in the basket first, right? Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Big-time play throughout the first half from Dennis Smith. He ended up with 17 points, 3 steals, and 2 rebounds. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Jazz.
Their lack of execution surprised me. You know, they had a lot of turnovers off sloppy ball handling, which goes back to the fundamentals. And I know we say it all the time, just make the simple play. And this is why. Without giving away possessions, they'd be a lot closer in this game.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. A fantastic game from Dennis Smith in this one. Now here's Hood, but tough defending Favors and Gobert make up the big men. Hood and Ingles filling out the perimeter, and it's Rubio in at the point. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. Tries from 10. Favors can't get it to go. Mavericks leading by 12. To the inside, here's Matthews. Utah with the rebound. Favors got his 4th rebound in this one.
And the Mavericks looking to go young now around Nowitzki. Unsurprisingly, they've already found some intriguing young prospects.
And for the Mavericks, you look at their young guys, a lot of athleticism, and Greg, an upside already on the roster.
And Mavs fans have to be pleased with what they've done so far. I mean, especially with the selection of Dennis Smith in the draft, who can be a special player at that point guard position. They're making smart moves to kind of revamp this roster.
And the first one drops. Good on both. And the depth of this Jazz team, definitely one of its strong points.
Well, I think one of the best benches in the league, certainly, and it's been a hallmark of well-run franchises. It's not just the centerpieces, but every piece that affects the final outcome.
But they recover it. Here's Smith. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Smith against Rubio. And he overshot that one, missing.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Here's Barnes. Barnes with another miss.
Well, the struggles from the field continue for this guy. The way it's going, he shouldn't be more than a secondary option for them at this point.
And Gobert kicks to Rubio. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Wesley Matthews picks one up. And Rodney Hood played 1 season at Mississippi State, then transferred, played another season at Duke. A good floor spacer, Greg, at 6'8".
You know, it's his in-between game that impresses me. Able to beat his man off the dribble. He can hit that little pull-up or drop it off to a teammate. This guy continues to improve.
Both free throws good from Hood.
And the former Blue Devil continues to enhance his offensive repertoire. Rodney Hood, a reliable 2-way guard.
Nowitzki a screen. Matthews left side. He kicks to Nowitzki. 6 to shoot. Over Favors. Nowitzki's shot is no good.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Rubio against Smith. Hood drives in. Some solid D from Nowitzki. Looking at Dallas, they took that win in their last game against the 76ers.
And were able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night. And you're not going to be able to win with a percentage as low as theirs that often unless you defend.
Well, it happens sometimes, obviously, where you don't shoot it well. And when your offense is out of sync, you have to gut it out on the other side of the ball.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And Rubio kicks to Gobert. And there's the pass to Hood. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And for the Mavericks, clearly the rebuild, Greg, has begun.
Yeah, but they made good use of their picks. They brought in more youth and signed their building blocks. Franchise isn't used to rebuilding, but they are approaching it, I think, the right way.
He's off on the first. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
Well, without great floor spacing, the Jazz have to work harder than most teams to find quality shots. They're very patient and methodical running their offense.
Utah calls timeout, and the Jazz run a half-court offense. A lot of cuts and screens to create their shots.
Well, they are right near the top in what we call screen assists. Shots created off a screen. Ironically, not a ton of regular assists, despite all the passing required in their offense.
Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who are the best shooters from behind the arc last season. Well, you look at Ingles, 3rd in the NBA. He's someone that if you leave him alone, he's going to knock it down.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3. That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
And Matthews kicks to Noel. Back to Matthews. Gobert brings the double team. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Matthews. And a look here at the shot chart for Dallas.
Right now, after looking at that chart, you pretty much can just jog down the court. He gets it in the paint. That just time and time again, he's worked his way in close and made a shot over a defender or found another way to convert. Just great stuff coming from him thus far.
Smith against Rubio. Feeds it to Favors. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. And it's 6 points for Derek Favors.
Boy, that was a much-needed bucket in the second half. They're now 1 for 5.
There's a screen by Noel. Ingles against Barnes. 5 on the clock. Nowitzki a screen. Off the screen. And that one comes up a bit short.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And Rubio kicks to Favors. Back to Rubio. Favors with the screen. And there's the feed to Ingles. Lets the 3 fly. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
Let's take a look at some numbers for Rubio. Good season for him last year. 5th in assists, 9th in steals, and ranked in the top 15 in free throw percentage. Tremendous confidence and technique at the line.
And as you said, dishing out dimes at a top 5 pace. He was in total command of the offense last season. Look for more good things to come. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Mavericks have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
And it's Smith penetrating. No good. Gobert with the defensive effort. Jazz trail by 12.
Yo, who got Rubio?
Rubio outside. Up off the screen. And a slam dunk by Favors.
Wow, able to survey over the top of defenses as well as squeeze into tight quarters. Rubio is the consummate playmaker.
And Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular. And with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches. Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
Gobert, the pass to Hood. Back to Gobert. The Jazz working the ball around now. And the basket by Ingles. Here's Smith. 19 points in the game. Kicks it to Barnes. He feeds it to Noel. Back to Barnes. Nowitzki sets a screen for Barnes. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Dallas with another.
Well, defender trying to work through that pick, but gets lost, and Harrison Barnes makes him pay.
Favors with the screen. Rubio dishes to Favors. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Favors has got 6 points in the quarter. Mavericks leading by 10. Smith with it. Lets a floater go. And Noel kicks to Smith. Gobert with the block. And they'll keep possession. They grab their own miss.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot. Well below 50% from the field in this period.
Favors with the screen. The drive by Rubio. He dishes it to Favors. And it's sent back by Nowitzki.
Just great anticipation from Dirk, playing his cards right on the defensive end, comes through with the rejection.
Wesley Matthews on the wing. Covered by Hood. Nowitzki sets a screen for Barnes. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
And the Mavericks, such a well-run team, including on the court. They play doors to their strengths, and they don't shoot themselves in the foot.
Right, Kev. By far the best turnover differential in the league last season. They were also first in charges drawn. 3rd best field goal percentage in the clutch. This is how you claw out wins.
That one is off. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Udo's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Jerebko comes in for Derek Favors. Mitchell, he's checked in for Hood. And it's Exum in for Ricky Rubio. No good on the second free throw. Mavericks leading by 10. Outside Curry. Dallas again missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
The lead now in single digits. Ingles has got 10 points in the game. Dallas has gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the 3rd. Outside Curry. Right wing. Barea kicks to Powell. Here's Mesri. They get it back. He doesn't hit that one. Jazz trail by 8. Here's Exum. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Ingles passes to Udo. Pass to Jerebko. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Powell with the screen. Here's Barea. And the rejection by Udo. Here's Mitchell, guarded by Curry. Jerebko. It's rebounded by Dallas. Powell's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Finney-Smith kicks to Barea. Another miss by Barea. Jazz have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. On the wing, Ingles. Poked away. Mejri with the steal. Outside Curry. Out left of the wing. Now here's Mejri. He's guarded closely. And there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That's his first foul. Johnson, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. Now Barea. He's got 8 outside Curry. Powell with the screen. Just 5 to shoot. It's tipped. Here's Mitchell. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Finney-Smith kicks to Curry. Misses off the right iron.
I'll tell you, he's not going to get in his coach's good graces if he's missing wide open looks like that.
And here's Exum. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Johnson goes in, and the shot goes in.
Well, how about the outstanding vision from the crafty point guard, Dante Exum, seeing the floor beautifully.
Curry kicks to Mejri. Powell, the pass to Finney-Smith. Now Mejri. Shot to end this cold run. Rebounded by Jerebko. Jerebko's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Exum kicks to Mitchell. Now here's Exum. Guarded by Barea. Got it. Nice one there from Exum.
Well, terrific read from Dante Exum. This guy sees the lane and attacks it with ferocity.
1:22 left to play in the third. To the wing on the left. Right at the free throw line. Here's Powell. This one on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And Kevin, I think this is where Powell is really trying to improve, right? Sacrificing his body, taking it right to the defense.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Yeah, 76% from the line a season ago, and most would consider that to be a success.
One shot, gentlemen.
The free throw drops for Powell.
I think Powell is an exciting prospect, has a phenomenal understanding of the game. I think he'll make big improvements with time.
Here's Mitchell, guarded by Curry. Now Jerebko. 14 points for him. Here's Mitchell. And he uses the glass on the layup. Mitchell's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Barea. Softly drops in the floater. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
I'll tell you, don't let the diminutive size fool you. This guy is not intimidated and can get his shot in the painted area.
There's the screen. Johnson outside. Tries it from 9. Misses off the left iron. It's stolen by Johnson. And it's denied. Here's Finney-Smith. Off target from 3-point range. Here's Mitchell. Johnson outside, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. Mavericks lead by 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Right now it's winning time, all right? Right now it's winning time. We got to make plays down there and down here.
Looking for the big push now, you can tell. Rick Carlisle asking his guys to take it up a notch, maybe finish this thing off.
Yeah, I mean, they've been fighting, biting, scratching, and clawing here all night, but this is where you need to zero in and close the door.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. On the floor for Dallas, Mejri is out there with Dwight Powell. Then it's Curry. Then there's J.J. Barea, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Here's Johnson. Jerebko dishes to Mitchell. Pass to Jerebko. Shoots over Powell. It's tipped.
Beautiful defense from Powell. Uses that impressive length to come away with that rejection.
Curry is inside. There's the dish to Powell. Dallas moving it around. Here's Mejri. Utah with the rebound.
I'll tell you, he's had a tough night. And if you're going to shake out of a slump, he is not going to do it with those kinds of shots.
And that's a smart foul there. Instead of giving up the easy deuce, send him to the line.
First free throw is good. Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. Ricky Rubio comes in for Dante Exum. The Mavericks also with a sub. Barnes, he's checked in for Powell. And Mitchell drops them both. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Mavericks leading by 3. Barea, the pass to Barnes. There's the pick. Here's Finney-Smith. Now here's Barnes. No good off the front iron. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
Boy, I love to see Rudy Gobert score despite the contact. This guy is showing off some big-time strength right now.
And so it's Dallas with it. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Here's Finney-Smith. Dallas, no good that time either.
Now kicking himself on that one. That is the shot he wanted.
Well, that's usually money in the bank for that guy. Not sure how he missed that one.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. A different look for Utah. Derek Favors checked in for Jerebko. And Hood subbed in for Mitchell. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Noel's checked in for Mejri. Nowitzki comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Wesley Matthews checked in for Curry. And Smith subbed in for J.J. Barea. Nowitzki a screen. Smith on the wing. Covered by Rubio. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Hood kicks to Gobert. Hood dishes to Rubio. Back to Hood. Passes it to Favors. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Smith with it. Outside Matthews. Nowitzki with the screen on Favors. Matthews goes in.
You have to respect the quickness of Matthews charging into the lane.
Jazz have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Rubio. Rejected by Nowitzki. Fast break Dallas. Here's Matthews. Plenty of space. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 5 assists in the game. Rubio the pass to Johnson. And Rubio kicks to Johnson. Over Barnes. Barnes grabs the miss.
Well, he gets the separation he needs. You can't say the same for his aim, though.
There's a screen by Noel. Shot off the screen. Wesley Matthews again. Matthews has got 11 in the second half.
Oh, since the break, his efficiency has gone up a notch, looking really polished now.
Hood against Matthews. Goes back up. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Hood.
Well, how about the focus of Rodney Hood? The defense has got to feel helpless right now trying to match up with him in the post.
Smith kicks to Barnes. And it's Dallas with another.
Oh, he is one hard player to deal with at the offensive end.
Jazz have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Rubio dishes to Johnson. Makes it off the glass.
Well, Johnson continues to score against aggressive defense. Boy, he's made a living out of difficult shots.
Nowitzki a screen. Nowitzki sets a screen for Barnes. Utah with the rebound. Johnson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Favors passes to Gobert. And stolen by Noel. The finish. And Harrison Barnes again. Barnes has got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, what you like about Barnes in transition, he's equally proficient getting to the rack or setting up for the jump shot.
And Rubio kicks to Johnson. Dishes it to Gobert. Nice ball movement by Utah. Favors passes to Gobert. Back to Favors. Over Nowitzki. And he can't bank that one in. Smith with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Barnes right side. Rebound Utah. Gobert's got rebound number 13 with that last one. To the middle. Here's Johnson. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got his 7th assist here tonight.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
And it's Noel missing.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
3 on 3. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
Don't you love how Noel just sticks with it, never gives up on the possession, working really hard for his guys.
Rubio dishes to Hood. And it's off from 3-point range.
He had a make from downtown in the first half, but no threes since then.
Barnes kicks to Noel. There's a screen by Noel. Barnes loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
This is a big part of what makes Harrison Barnes tick, right? Spot up shooting off the catch, one of his truly strong suits. They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
The Jazz making a switch here. Ingles is checked in. Favors passes to Rubio. Here's Gobert. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Well, Rudy Gobert showing a bit of an edge on the interior. This guy, if he goes up strong, the defense is going to have to whack him to contain him.
No good on that one. And he's good on the second. Mavericks leading by 6. Outside Matthews. Feeds it to Smith. Again, the miss by Smith. For Utah, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Out to Hood. That shot, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Matthews dishes to Nowitzki. It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Shot from the inbound. Barnes can't get it to go.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
Well, I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
Dallas has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Rubio against Smith. He kicks it to Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Favors. Here's Ingles, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, you know, sometimes your gut tells you to take a shot at the pick, and then big move to keep the pressure on.
And it's Smith penetrating. Good D by Rubio.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Nowitzki with the steal. Barnes with it. Guarded now by Rubio. And that one's good, Barnes.
Well, smart enough to know if there's going to be congestion in there when he's attacking. Barnes gets to that in-between game.
Hood kicks to Rubio. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Noel.
And you know, guys, listen, Noel brings value. The reason he's a menace on the defensive end and an absolute warrior on the glass.
All free throws good from Noel.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Gobert with a screen on Smith. Here's Hood. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Matthews against Hood. Launches it. And Wesley Matthews good for 3.
Everyone knows the catch and shoot game of Wes Matthews is lethal. Gives the defense no time to react.
Rubio with it. Now Smith defending. Gobert with a screen on Noel. And here's Ingles outside. Matthews with the rebound. Matthews has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Out to Smith. And stolen by Hood. And now Ingles pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Just lackluster transition D. That is just too easy.
Oh, come on, you got to put up at least a little bit of a fight, right? He simply ran down the court and goes right to the cup.
Noel a screen on Rubio. The pass to Nowitzki over Favors. Tips it up. It's good on the putback. And that's now 6 points for Nerlens Noel.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Hood for 3. Good D by Matthews. Mavericks leading by 9. Nowitzki with the screen on Rubio. Screen by Smith. The feed to Noel. 6 to shoot. To the inside. Here's Nowitzki. Again, the Mavericks score.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Mavericks.
The one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Dennis Smith.
Boy, his activity really stood out to me on the defensive end. He harassed ball handlers, came up with steals in transition. You had the feeling guys were looking over their shoulder, worried he was going to pick their pocket.
And stolen by Barnes. By himself, and it's slammed in by Smith.
It feels like that one could be the dagger. Not enough time to completely erase this deficit.
Well, Greg, it's going to be tough, that's for sure. A shot like that has to devastate the other team. Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great, solid screen.
Here's Dallas. At one point, they led by 16. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Nowitzki. That doesn't go either for Nowitzki. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something that they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Boy, Kev, don't you love how Gobert keeps plays alive? This guy's so solid at crashing the boards.
29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Smith kicks to Noel. They set the pick. There's a screen by Noel. Clock at 6. Here's Smith. The kick out to Barnes. And so it's Dallas winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. See you later.